What up, what up? It's your boy Dwell, aka Mr. J, aquí en la casa, coming to you sideways with another episode of Las Different Voices. It's pretty weird weather. You know, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot. Right, and right now, right here in the garage, it's hot. Got the fans going. But today also, you know, we got a special guest. Krystal Reyes in the house. How you doing, Krystal?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me.
I got it right?
Yes.
Reyes? Okay,
yes.
cool. Thank you for coming. You know, I appreciate it.
Of course.
How was your day?
Oh, it was a really great day, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's my day off, so.
You get Fridays off?
Yeah, every Friday, that's my day off, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. So you got 3-day weekend?
No, I actually work every weekend. I work Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Saturdays and Sundays?
I work every other Sunday.
Oh, okay.
For my business, weekends are the money makers. So I work every single weekend, no matter what.
Okay, cool. I mean, cool and bad, right?
Yeah, I mean it comes with the game. So
yeah. Sometimes I work weekends. Sometimes it's part of the game, you know.
Exactly.
Gotta get that money.
Yeah, shit's expensive.
Yeah, right now everything's expensive.
Everything.
The beers are expensive.
Groceries, gas. It's crazy.
Yeah. But hey, we gotta work harder.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, thank you once again for coming through. You know, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
And you're the second lady that comes by, and
many more to come.
And you know, and you know, hopefully you inspire more women, ladies, girls, whatever, to come by. You know, and
yeah, definitely
help me promote that too. Pretty much, you know, by bringing another lady. It'll help me bring in maybe a couple more, like we said.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate it. And thanks to Tony, the Tough Gym, for this recommendation. You know, he if not, I probably wouldn't hit you up. You know, sometimes I search through Instagram and see a bunch of stuff, and I might have seen your page, but you know, you just don't start following people and stuff like that. Well, at least I don't. But I might have seen your page. But thanks to Tony, you know, shout outs to him for hooking us up.
Tony's a real one. Tony.
He's
well,
cool,
I know him as Tony. Everybody else knows him as a Tough Gym. So.
Yeah. And some people know him as Happy, I guess. You know? So thank you to him. You know, props. Saludos. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You know, he told me, you know, get her. She's cool. She's dope. She's my tattoo artist. Yes. So and then she's from SANTAANA. So I try to focus on for sure. I call it as different voices, and I try to bring, you know, the people from SANTAANA,
the community
that are doing their thing, hustling, just doing something for themselves, you know, and making a name for themselves, however possible way. And I liked that recommendation, you know. So tell me a little bit yourself, because I have a few questions, but let me see how you started off.
Okay, so my name's Krystal, and I was born and raised in SANTAANA. My parents are also from here, and their parents were from Mexico. So I'm a second generation here.
Oh, okay. So both your parents were born here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My mom comes from a huge family, so most of her family was born in Mexico, but she was the youngest, and she was actually born over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody was born in Mexico but your mom?
But my mom and one of her brothers. They were the two youngest, yeah.
Oh,
my grandmother had a lot of children, so back in that time they had a lot. My mom was there was 11 siblings.
Oh, wow. So you had 11 aunts. How many cousins?
I want to say 40.
Wow.
And there's my grandma has great grandkids, great grandkids. Yeah. So there's a lot of family.
Oh.
Yeah.
And your dad, where?
And my dad was born in SANTAANA as well too. He has 2 siblings, so 3 of them total. They were born here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And your grandparents, are they from the same part of Mexico?
So on my mom's side, they're both from Zacatecas.
Oh, okay.
And then my grandmother on my dad's side, she was from Acapulco.
Oh, okay.
And his dad was from Michoacan.
Oh, okay.
But my dad's parents met over here when my grandma was over there.
Oh, okay.
And my mom's parents met over there in Mexico.
Okay. Okay, that's cool, because I know a lot of people from Zacatecas.
Yeah.
My family's from Michoacan, so I mean, cool. That's cool to know. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so born and raised out here in SANTAANA. Lived here all my life. I love it here. The food, the people, everything. I've traveled to other places, but man, there's no place like home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I study a little bit that way I could ask questions and I mean, so I go through your page.
Yeah.
And I do, like I said, we'll get to it. I'll start getting some questions, but
yeah. So I'm a tattoo artist here in Santa Ana. I've always been exposed to tattooing since a young age. My dad is heavily tattooed, and I have a lot of family members that have been tattooed. And how I got introduced to it was my dad had a close homie who was a tattoo artist. And so my dad would allow him to have like tattoo parties at our apartment.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, just hang out, whatever. Every now and then my dad would get his own tattoos and stuff. And so I think I was about like 8 years old when I was first like exposed to like actually seeing a machine and like the stencil and all that. And at the time I had started drawing. I've been drawing since I was a kid. And I just was like mind blown of like how cool it was that you could put your art on somebody and it's there forever.
Yeah, that's
so
you both. So was your dad an artist or in any form or way?
Well, my dad actually used to draw, and he actually did tattoo himself a few times, and some of his friends. You know, back in like the 80s or 70s, you know, it wasn't uncommon for some homies and stuff to like experiment tattooing on each other or on themselves. So yeah, my dad did do some tattoos, but he didn't like, you know, get into it that much.
Or on paper.
Oh, he did draw. He used to draw, but my dad actually stopped drawing after a little while. He almost only drew when he was on vacation. And when I say vacation, I mean when he was in prison.
Oh, okay,
yeah, because it's funny thing. When I was younger, my dad was incarcerated for a lot of my childhood. Yeah. So my mom used to call it vacation. Yeah. Okay. So you'll catch me. I understand. Yeah, you'll catch me saying vacation instead of like in prison or whatever, just because that's how my mom would speak to us. And so that was like mostly the only time he would draw, and he would send letters. You know, they would, you know, do little cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards, Mother's Day cards. Like with art and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And he would draw the art? Or
yeah, he would draw the art, or he would have like his friends draw them, because they would like draw their own stuff and then they could like exchange it with each other. Oh, you know what I mean? If they send something different to their family. And then my dad wrote a lot of letters. My dad has like really, really nice lettering. Like the penmanship, handwriting. His penmanship is like insane. Like, so I think and my mom was an artist as well too. Yeah, she used to draw too. They had different styles. My dad was more like fine line, like Chicano, you know, that nice pencil.
Do you have art? Do you post that art up, like his art or anything like that?
I don't post his work. I have some put away. I actually got one tattooed on me. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is one that I got tattooed that he did. Oh, okay. He did this one for my mom.
Is that supposed to be?
Yeah, that's a representation of them. So it's her and then him. Oh, well, so he was. They're yeah, I got his little his signature back there. Oh, nice. Yeah, shout out to Clown. Follow Clown. No, that's the cool. Artist that did. That's a tattoo artist that did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the tattoo artist that did this is Clown, and this is the drawing that my dad drew.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have one tattoo, but I'm just not like a tattoo guy. No matter what, like I have my friends are all tatted up, and I always thought like my dad used to have tattoos. You know, my dad was pretty had a couple tattoos, and he had one right here, like that was like it just looked cool. I never asked him or anything about it, but it was like a type of cartoon character, but it was La Muerte.
Oh, okay.
But like the Reaper.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Not with the pitch or nothing, but it was blowing smoke.
Oh.
Like a cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it represented to him, you know, because he was a
guy. Yeah, they have everything back then. Yeah. It had a specific meaning. Yeah. It's not like now people just get like, oh, I like this, let me get that. Back then, like you had to have permission to get certain things tattooed on you because what I think a lot of people don't realize is that black and gray tattooing started in the prison system. So they don't understand that like not just anybody could get certain things. Like you had to get the, you know, the okay to do that.
And I remember even my dad said that. He was like, you know, back in the day, it used to be like a taboo.
Yeah, you know, it was a big time taboo.
Now everybody has them.
Everybody.
Like what do you think about that? I mean,
I think it's crazy. I remember like My grandparents were super old school, so they were from Mexico, so they're old school. They don't like tattoos at all. But my parents were Chicanos, so they were like in the middle. So they didn't hate it. My dad loved it because he was in that. My mom didn't really have tattoos. She had a few, but not heavily tattooed like my dad. Yeah. And when I was a kid, I remember going to like the local liquor store and buying the little fake tattoo things out of the little coin things. Yeah, the little stickers or whatever, temporary tattoos. And I loved my dad tattoos and his tattoos, and I was like, I wanna have a sleeve. So I would put little fake tattoos. Yeah. And when I would go to my grandmother's house, she would be so mad. She would drag me into the bathroom and scrub them off right away. Man. She was like she was not about that. Like, so it's crazy how it is now.
I mean, it's just people are raised different over there, like their mentality. So I understand a little bit about that. Even my mom, when I got my tattoo, I don't even know. I only have one. Like I said, I only have one. It's not that big, but it's big. Mm-hmm. The day I got it, I got home like at 11 or 12 in the night, and she was just sitting there waiting for me, and she was like, ¿qué tienes ahí en tu? ¿Tienes una pistola? She thought you had it. And I'm like, okay, pues ya ni modo. I was trying to hide it. Yeah. She was like, that's what you got? That big? You couldn't have gotten a smaller?
Dude, I was just like, whatever. It's crazy though. Parents, like, they have like a sixth sense about those things. Yeah. Like, I remember my dad told me, my dad was only 13 years old when he got his first tattoo. And he told me when my grandmother found out that he had a tattoo, this fool got his whole forearm like blasted. Like, imagine coming home 13, like you're 13 years old coming home with a tattoo. You're like, what the yeah. But my dad just did his own thing.
Do you still have your parents?
I have my dad still, not my mom. Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. My mom, we lost her like, I want to say it was 7 years ago now, in 2015. Oh, okay. But my dad's still here, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have my mom, but I don't have my dad.
Dad.
Yeah, passed away, I don't know, like 12 years ago. I don't even know no more. But yeah, it just...
Because I feel like after a certain amount of time, it's just like you don't keep track of the years.
You don't.
You just keep the memories.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just keep the memories. Yeah,
that's what it is. I mean, they're gone, At the same time, you got to admit they're gone.
They're gone, but I feel like they live through us.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I have some friends that will be like, oh, it's the... 7-year anniversary of your mom's death or this or that. Like, they want to celebrate every year, which I understand. But for me, I don't want to celebrate her death. I celebrate her life.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. Me and my sister never get together for like, oh, let's hang out. It's my dad's anniversary or this. We're like, we don't even think about it. We just like talk about it.
Like,
oh, this and that. We don't like. It's like let him rest in peace, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, let him rest in peace. So, but can you say your mom? You spend more time with your mom then?
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time with my mom. Yeah. So from like the ages of like newborn to like 10 or 9, I spent the majority of the time with my mom because my dad was incarcerated. Like, he was always in and out. He'd be gone for like 2 years, come back, maybe a year, come back 3 years. So it was kind of like that. So I spent a lot of time with my mom. She was basically like a single mom. Yeah. And then I have 2 siblings. So my older brother is 2 years older than me, and then my younger brother is 9 years younger than me.
Oh, okay.
Big gap. So he was a surprise baby. And when my younger brother was born, that's when my dad changed his life around. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like he was like the last kid, and my mom was probably like, I'm not doing this shit again with another kid.
Yeah.
So my dad changed his life around, stopped getting into trouble. He got a good job, and then he was on track. And so after that's when I got to spend more time with my dad. Oh, okay. But even when my dad was like, even though he was incarcerated most of the time, when he was out, he did his best, as a dad. Like, I remember us going to, like, we would go to Disneyland, San Diego Zoo. Like, we were everywhere. Like, at least, when he was out, he spent that time with us,
Yeah, that's good. That's good to have memories like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he tried,
Yeah, because, that's important. That's what matters,
yeah.
And nobody's perfect. Like, our parents were raised a certain way, so they only have certain tools by the time they have us.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I learned when I became a parent, was that, like, we're just doing our best with what we got.
Pretty much.
You know?
It's called freestyling.
Right? Yeah.
Freestyling.
Yeah.
And where did you pick up like a style, you know?
Like my style of tattooing or drawing?
Your dad's friends or drawing?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you start drawing first?
So
obviously, right? Before
tattooing, yes, yeah. So when I started drawing as a kid, I mean, you know, in like elementary school, you have like little art projects and you start doing stuff like that. So when I started doing like little projects like that, I realized like, oh shoot, like I'm pretty decent at this. Like, you know, my mom would be like, oh, you did a good job. Like, that looks really cool. Like, that looks really detailed. So she like motivated me. Like, it made me happy to hear that from her. So it motivated me to try drawing more. So when I first started, I would draw like cartoon characters or like whatever TV shows I would watch. I would draw a character from there. And then when my dad like was out and he would get tattooed, that's when I was exposed to like the Chicano style of drawings and stuff like that and tattoos. And especially from his friend that was a tattoo artist. Like, he would come, he would stencil stuff, and then he would draw after, and you know, he would just sketch and it would be like nothing to him, so he would just leave like the drawings. And that was like the first time that I seen art that style like on paper. And that was very inspirational to me too. I remember one time my dad's friend, he left a drawing and it was like a half clown girl with a half devil face, and I thought it was like the coolest shit ever. And I was like so happy that he forgot it, because I was like, this is cool, like I want to try to draw this, I want to do stuff like this. And I remember my mom found it, and my mom's like a real Christian, like, you know, virtuous woman, that she didn't like stuff like that. So she actually wanted me to throw it away. She was like, because of the devil, because of the devil stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll throw it away. And I kept that.
Oh yeah,
I still have it. I actually still have that.
Oh, that's cool.
I had to hide it from her because she was not about that stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. My mom's like that too.
Yeah, but that's where I got, you know, my style from, was like the tattoos that my dad had, the drawings that he did, his friends did, and also one of my uncles, my mom's brother, was also an artist. Like, he drew. He didn't. I think he tattooed, you know, some of his homies at one point in his life, but he drew a lot. And he was also on vacation a lot too. So
okay.
He would always send cards and stuff. And when he was out, he would catch me drawing sometimes at my grandma's house in the living room, and he would be like, oh, Mija, come here, let me show you something. Like, this is how you shade this, and this is how you blend that, and you know, this is how you can clean this
with
up.
Pencil, right?
Yeah, with pencil. Yeah, no cheating. No pen? Cheating. Yeah.
Did you ever
with
do
pen?
Like
with pen? Yeah.
Same thing or no?
Oh yeah.
Like. I mean,
like, what do you mean the same thing?
Well, you know,
you're asking me if it's,
like,
so
if
it's a little different. I mean, it's just because, like, you know, the pen, you have that tip that rolls, so you have to have a certain like movement with it. Yeah, a different movement. It glides on the paper. Yeah, exactly.
Because I draw a little bit too, so I know.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist though, but I dabble. What do you call it?
What?
When you're just
doodle.
Yeah.
Dabble. Same thing, same difference.
Yeah, so okay.
So that's so that those three were like the major ones, and my dad's friends. So those four was like what influenced my style, and just like, you know, my environment that I grew up in. Like, I grew up in SANTAANA. I grew up in like a neighborhood that was a tough neighborhood. So
you don't have to say the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
You grow up in?
Well, I grew up on the west end of SANTAANA.
Oh, okay.
I grew up on the west end. So, I mean, there's a lot of parts in SANTAANA that are, you know, hardcore or whatever. Yeah. And so I seen a lot of shit, you know, heard a lot of shit, and that's what inspired my work. Like,
so what do you consider your style being? Do you have a style? Like, if you can call it a style, or
I would say like Chicano black and gray.
Chicano
or realism too. I love doing portraits. I love, you know.
Do you use colors at all,
I have used colors in my career, but I don't promote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, if you were to go on my Instagram, you're like not gonna see any color tattoos. I can do them. I just don't enjoy them as much as I do black and gray. So I stick strictly to black and gray. But every now and then, one of my like loyal clients or regular clients that wants a color piece, I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What about on paper? Like, do you ever draw anything on color? Like, on
I paint every now and then.
Paint, like, with brush?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
I've done like some, you know, commission pieces. Like, I had a homie that would send me like Levi denim jackets, and he would want like a specific art piece like painted on it. And so I would do color work with that or black and gray. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. That's cool. I like hearing these type of stories. It gets me like little motivated pretty much, because I do music. I used to do graffiti, stuff like that. So I'm into the arts, you know. So I always respected like
different medias,
because there is different arts. Everybody's different. Like I knew guys that were their art and I even told them, like, why don't you learn tattooing? He's like, because now I don't want to learn. But it's like their art was so like graffiti. So they just like doing it on walls. You know? Like it's like wow. Because I grew up with like the biggest crew in Santana. I wasn't a part of them, but
like you grew up in the scene. You grew up in the scene.
So I saw a lot of art, like a lot of hip hop stuff. So I got to admire the arts pretty much in whatever form they're in, because it is an art.
Yeah, it is. It is. Graffiti's an art. Tattoos an art. Drawing with pencil. This is an art. Like music, anything. It's all art. So did you start
like when you started tattooing somebody? How was that first experience? Like who let you start? Who let you tattoo them?
So when I first tattooed, it was before I was able to get an apprenticeship. So it was actually on my high school sweetheart. That's who I tattooed.
I saw a picture.
He's not on my Instagram. No, he's not on my Instagram. That was way before Instagram. Oh, my prom picture?
We'll talk about that one too. But I saw that you posted a guy and it had like a design.
Oh, the high school one. Yeah. That was one of my homies. That was when I used to do Sharpie tattoos in high school and like English class and stuff. Like
during English instead of learning?
Exactly. Yeah, I still graduated though.
That's good.
Yeah, but people would catch me all the time.
What year are you from?
Huh?
What year?
I'm 08. Los Amigos.
Yeah, okay.
Los Amigos High School. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So who let you tattoo?
So my high school sweetheart let me tattoo him. His friend at the time had already started experimenting with tattooing, so he had a machine, he had needles. He didn't know anything. I think he was just learning off like YouTube or like whatever videos he could find. And I had always been wanting to try it, but I was always like scared to like do it or like go to a shop and ask how to learn. And my boyfriend at the time was like, dude, just do it. Like, we have everything here. Just try it. Like, just see if it's something that, you think you could learn. So I said, fuck it. I did it. I tattooed OC on his leg. And it was nerve wracking because it was a coil machine. Now a lot of people use rotaries, but back then it was coil machines.
What's the difference?
So a coil machine, it's just, I gotta show you a picture, but coils are loud and they're coil wraps. So it's like a whole different setup. Yeah, okay. The wires wrap, that's what powers the machine. And then you have the
so it was like homemade?
No, it's not home. No? I mean, no, it's not homemade. But I mean, you can make your own too. But it's just different than rotary. Rotaries are the ones that are silent. Like, they're just too different. It's like old technology, new technology.
Yeah, rotary, it's a circle?
Yeah, they're silent, yeah. So back then I was using coil, and I didn't know shit about needles, like what needle size, like how to control the machine. So those coils are very strong. They hit really hard. So if you don't know how to hold the machine properly, you're not going to have clean lines. Okay. So when I did the tattoo, it was like, I used like a 7 liner, which is pretty fat for the size of the tattoo that it was. And so the lines weren't horrible, but they weren't great either. But that was the first time I ever... Like, it wasn't too shaky, but the lines were like fat because it was too small of a tattoo to use that size.
Oh, okay.
So there's different like needle sizes that you use depending on the job that you're doing. To get like the fine line like this, like you're gonna use a 3 needle. To get like a thick ass line for some lettering on the back, you're gonna use a 7 or something bigger.
And okay, so that was like on your own.
Yeah, that was on my own.
Like let's try it.
Just like fuck it, let me try it.
And your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Now, after that, I know you told me over the phone that you did an apprenticeship.
Yes.
How does that work? Like you sign up for a school or?
Okay, so I mean it's crazy now because now there's like tattoo schools, which is like fucking insane to me. But 10 years ago, 11 years ago, when I got in the game, you had to get an apprenticeship. So you would like go to a shop, and hopefully they would allow you to have apprenticeship. You tell them that you're interested, and they would be like, well, I want to see your art. They don't care if you tattoo already. Like, they They don't want to see that. They want to see your drawing skills because they're going to show you their techniques of how to tattoo. So the way I got started was I started getting tattooed at the age of 19. And I started chopping it up with the tattoo artist that was doing my work at the time. And I had went to college for a little bit, so I had some art pieces that I had done for projects. And we were just talking, and he's like, "Oh, can I see your work?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is what I did. I would paint, draw, whatever, perspective drawing, all that, color theory, stuff like that."
You don't mind if I record you, right?
No, you're fine.
Because even though if I don't have live, people are watching, but people watch after I post it,
Oh, yeah, no worries.
At least I'll post it on Instagram, and then meanwhile, like, I guess they get a little introduction.
Oh, okay.
Then on YouTube, they'll see the
They'll see it.
Video.
Yeah, no
It's
worries.
going to look more edited,
Yeah, no problem. I'm cool with that.
Cool.
Yeah, so I showed him my artwork, and he was like, "Oh, have you ever thought about tattooing?" And I was like, "Honestly, I have. Like, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I was always too, scared." And so that artist actually pushed me to go talk to the shop manager. He was like, "Hey, if you're really serious, you should just go ask." So I hit up the shop manager at the time, and that shop that I apprenticed at, they were a big shop. So they already had I want to say maybe 7 tattoo artists, and they already had 5 apprentices or 3 apprentices, which is a lot for a shop at the time. And I spoke to the manager, and he was like, "Oh, you're interested? Well, let me see. Bring your work in one day. I want to see your portfolio, and then we'll go from there." So a week later, I came back to the shop, showed him all the stuff I had did while I was in college, and he was like, "Oh," he liked it. He was like, "Oh, that's pretty good. I like your work." He's like, we could probably show you how to tattoo." But he's like, he was straight up, okay? He was straight up with me. He's like, "I'm gonna be honest with you." He's like, "I don't hire girls."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like, "I don't hire chicks. I think they fall in love, and they could be drama and this and that." And he's like, "But if you're serious, you're more than welcome to come around whenever you want to pick up game or whatever." But he's like, "Right now, I have enough apprentice, and I don't really care to hire chicks."
Okay, let me kind of interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
Just for let me see. So you went to college?
For a little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
no graduate?
No. So
okay.
I was in high school, I took art classes and all that. And then my senior year, I took art really, really serious. And my art teacher advised me to go to a specific college for art. It was a community college. But I wanted to go to Art Institute at the time. It was when Art Institute first kind of came out and was this big thing. And so I decided to go there. But I didn't finish. It was really expensive. So after a year, I couldn't I couldn't at that time. I feel that place, they wanted to make you believe that you were getting grants, but really they were just getting you a bunch of loans because they wanted your money.
Oh, okay.
So I signed up thinking okay, I'll be able to do this, and we still had to pay out of our pocket a monthly payment. Yeah. So it's having a freaking car note. So my parents were down for me. They were like, "We're gonna pay this. Don't worry about it. Just go to school." But after about a year, there was the recession hit. Remember, people were losing their houses and all that. So it was I knew that it was hard for my parents. So I was like, why am I going to keep going to this expensive ass school? Yeah. I took all the fundamental classes, and I was like, okay, I'm going to drop out and just so I don't owe that much money and just figure it out. So I had some college experience, but I never graduated.
Oh, okay.
But
I just wanted to
to clear that up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so by the time I went to the shop, I already had a little bit of
okay.
Technical classes and stuff like that.
So how did it make you feel when he told me that?
I
don't hire girls.
I was
because that's weird. I mean, let me just kind of give you a brief. I'm a hardcore guy, like sometimes people take my attitude like oh, you're a machista, or you haven't. But it's I have a daughter, I'm married, so I have 2 girls, and then I have my sister. I only have one. Well, I have. Through my dad had kids with another, so we didn't grow up too much, but I do have a sister and a brother through them, which I respect. But I grew up with my sister. My sister has two girls, so it's I'm pretty much filled with girls.
Yeah, there's a bunch of girls. Yeah,
I might be a certain way, but I understand the situation.
Yeah,
I might have my opinions, but I'm still I have girls all around me, you know?
So you're gonna have a certain perspective,
But yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I want to know how you feel, you know, personally.
When he said that, I was like, damn, that sucks. But like his explanation made sense. Like he wasn't like 100% wrong. Like, you know, I'm sure he had already experienced other female apprentices that were drama or that, like, you know, just it was difficult. Like it was funny. He told me, he's like, you girls fall in love and then you guys get all crazy or like you could just be drama.
And did you?
And did I what?
Fall in love?
No, I didn't fall in love. I fell in love with tattooing. Oh, okay, I fell in love with tattooing, but no, that's funny. But yeah, I wasn't when he said that I still wasn't discouraged. I was just like, okay, I see you. Like,
was he older? Like,
yeah, he was older. Oh, okay. I was like 20 years old, I think, 20 or 21. I can't remember when I went there, and he was like probably like he was my parents' age.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, he was my parents' age, and so. And he was like a homie. So the way he talked and what he said, I wasn't offended by it because I'm used to that like type of dialogue from where I grew up. Okay. So it's like, I understood his message and he wasn't trying to be rude or nothing. He was just trying to be straight up like, hey, like, you know, I don't really do that. I don't really hire chicks, but if you're serious, you're more than welcome to come by whenever you want, but we're not hiring right now. So I was all right, cool. So I showed up like every day that I could. I had a regular job because I had already dropped out of college. And I had a regular full-time job. So after I would go to work, I would go home, shower, change, whatever, and then go to the shop and just like pick up game. Like I had already became like kind of cool with some of the workers there because I had already gotten tattooed there. So I would like sit, like I'd pick one artist and I'd be like sitting next to them the whole time he was doing a tattoo. And just be like, oh, what needle is that? Or what is that for? Like, what's your drop count? Like, what kind of ink do you use? Like, what is this? What is that?
So, okay, back to this part. So it's kind of still the same, but how does the apprenticeship work? Like, is it by hours? Like, how long do you have to?
So how long is the apprentice?
That person?
So it just varies. It depends on the individual that's doing the apprenticeship. So the way apprenticeship works is like you gotta get hired, whatever, as an apprentice. They don't want you tattooing at all. You're strictly gonna draw. You're gonna do bitch work. Like, sorry if you. Gotta bleep that out. Okay. But you're gonna do bitch work. Like
I don't know how to bleep things out, so it's gonna stay.
Okay, I'll say B. No. You gotta do B work. Yeah. Like I think a lot of people think like, oh, when you're apprentice, you're gonna tattoo and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. No, they're gonna like make sure that you're serious about this. Okay. So they're gonna have you cleaning the floors, they're gonna have you cleaning the bathroom, they're gonna have you going and getting lunch, like going to the store and getting snacks. Like they're gonna have you run errands and just like see how bad you want it. It's not easy. And so you do that in the beginning and then you're gonna draw all the time, and then when they feel like your drawing is at a certain point where they're comfortable with, then they will allow you to tattoo somebody, but you tattoo your own clients, so you have to get your own people. Okay. So that's where like you can tattoo your friends.
Shop pretty much,
not even in the shop. No, so they have you tattoo your people at your house or their house or wherever. And then after a couple tattoos, you know, they have you bring in your friend to like see how it healed, see how it went. And then when they see that your tattoo quality is at another level, then they allow you to tattoo in the shop. But when I was there, like there was like a couple rooms, so you weren't allowed to tattoo out in the front where you were exposed to walk-in clients. You had to tattoo in the back room with your clients so they couldn't see it because you're still learning. So you would do that a couple times, like maybe once a week or something. It depends. The shop manager would tell you if you could bring somebody. You had to ask for permission even to bring your own people in the beginning.
So during this time, was it free?
Was the tattoos?
Like you were being apprentice?
Yeah.
Like you're just,
you don't get paid for nothing.
So you're there for a couple hours. How many times a day?
Oh, I was there all day. Like apprenticeship, you don't get paid nothing. You are exchanging your time for their knowledge. So you don't get paid nothing. Like you gotta hustle. You have to have a regular job or hustle there, like however you can. So when I was there and I was apprentice and I was like fucking dirt broke, I would clean the tubes. Like, so tattoo machines had steel tubes that you had to go through a whole process to clean so they'd be sterile for, you know, the clients. So every artist had like a bucket of tubes by the end of the week that they had to clean, and it's like a tedious job that nobody really wants to do. Yeah. So they would hire apprentice to clean it. So that's like a little, like, you know, if they're cool, like throw you like $20 or whatever, buy you lunch or whatever. So that was one of my things of how I made money.
So the tattoo game ain't that easy.
Oh, it's not like, no, okay, it's not. I'm gonna start doing tattoos. People think like, oh, just because I'm a badass, you know, artist at drawing and whatever, I could be a badass tattooer. It's like, yeah, you can, but not just like that. Like, if you're gonna learn from a legit artist, you're gonna go to a shop who's a professional, who's been in the game a long time, who has experience, and they're gonna like put you through some shit to make sure that you really want it before they put you up on game. Like, well, that's how it was, you know, back then. Yeah. I don't know.
No, that's cool. You know, I like this.
Yeah.
That way, you know, any guy or girl listening to this that wants to get in tattooing,
you gotta want it. You gotta want it. Like, I remember when I first started, like, Matt Manager, like, he would have us apprentice, like, clean the floor with a toothbrush. Oh, wow. Like, we had, like, you know, the wood floors where they have, like, the little cracks in them or whatever, and you can get, like, dirt in there. He would literally make us, like, clean the dirt out of those little cracks. Like, oh, today you're gonna do this.
Oh man, that's hardcore.
Yeah, it was hard, and you know, he did time too.
So you grew up the old school way.
Yeah,
you learned
and
the old school way, the hard way.
Exactly, and that manager, like, you know, he'd been in the prison system too. So I feel like when someone's been in the prison system, like, you do everything a certain way. Like, things have to be clean on a certain level. You got to be neat, you know, you got to be organized. So when it came to cleaning that studio, he was just like that. Yeah. Like, oh, this doesn't go here. You need to pick this up, or you need to clean that. I remember around the door frames, there was like these really cool wooden trim that had like filigree on it, and they were painted black, right? But if like somebody bumped into it or something, you chip it so you see the wood underneath, right? You see the brown. He would be like, oh, okay, today you guys, here's your Sharpies. You're gonna go and cover all those little dots. I don't want to see no wood, bare wood. Like, I want that all to be painted or black or whatever. Like, he would do like stuff like that. But you know, and at the time I was like, fuck, like, why do we gotta do this? But that's his way of like knowing discipline. How bad, yeah, you discipline, and how bad do you want this? Like, how bad do you want this?
That's
and it had to be good, clean, right? Yeah, no, and that's great.
You look back at it,
yeah. I know.
Did you wish you had quit?
No, hell no, hell no. I think the way he ran it was the way that it needed to be, to have the standard that shop had. You know, I remember if we weren't drawing, or if we weren't cleaning, or we weren't learning something, if he caught any of us like just sitting on the couch bullshitting, like if me and one other apprentice were just talking or on our phone, he'd be like, what are you doing? Yeah. And I'll be like, nothing. I was like, there's nothing to do. We already cleaned and this and that. He'll be like, oh, there's nothing to clean? I'll find you something to clean. And he would like he'd be like, you can go clean the windows outside now.
That's good.
So we would have to get the shop had huge like glass windows on the corner of it, and we have to get the ladder and go and clean. As
a girl, so were you the only girl?
No, actually, so when I finally got my apprenticeship, it was 3 months after I had been coming around. So what happened was I was coming around on my own time, and then one of the apprentice, he had to quit. Like, he had some family stuff where he just had to quit and get a regular job. So then the spot opened up. The guy realized, like, okay, she's still here. You know, she wants it. I'm gonna give it to her. So then he gave me the chance. So then I got it. And I never wanted to quit. It got hard. It got crazy. But I wanted it.
That's good.
I wanted it. And the way that these guys worked, I was like, dude, that's badass. Like, I want to be a dope ass artist like these guys. Yeah, and if this is what it takes, then I gotta fucking do it. And my parents, thank God, they were super supportive. Like, I had a job when I started. I had a regular job when I started my apprenticeship, and then I quit it.
What were you doing?
I worked in retail. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually had retail, like sales, like just a regular store to work at, selling clothes or whatever. And I was actually a supervisor at the store. So
I've been in construction so long that I don't know a lot of things anymore. Like,
what's that?
What is that? You know?
Yeah. So I worked in retail, and I was actually a supervisor, and I was doing that full time, and then doing the apprenticeship when I could. And then when it became too much, my parents were like, you know what, if like you want to quit, like go ahead and quit. Like, if this is really what you want, we support you. And I was like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna quit. I just demoted myself to like a regular associate and worked part-time to a closer location by my house so that I could do both. And then when I was able to tattoo and, you know, start charging a little bit of something, then I quit that job completely and dedicated myself 100% to the shop and my apprenticeship.
So right now, are you full-time?
Yeah, I work
Full-time,
like 5 days a week.
artist?
Yeah, I work like 5 days a week.
You work for a shop?
I have my own studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so
right
I have
here in Santana?
I have my own studio in Garden Grove.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. That's
it's
cool.
not far. It's like right on the border.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What streets?
It's off Brookers,
Brookers?
like right off the 22.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
not far. It's not far.
Is it like a commercial building and
Yeah, it's
you
like
have your
there's
own
like a few units there, and yeah,
okay. Oh, that's cool, man.
it's all like private.
I'm
little,
happy for you. Yeah, I'm happy
I love
for
it. It's private. It's
So
like discreet.
you get paid yourself. You pay
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah,
and you.
I make
you
my
your own
hours.
schedules.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That, I'm happy to hear that. You know, that's
Yeah.
cool. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You know that I'm happy to hear that because we all strive to do that. And
yeah. Who doesn't
you're
want to
doing
be
it.
like their own
Yeah.
boss? You know.
Yeah.
But
so
it
your
takes-
clientele's good right now.
Yeah.
You're good pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah, I have clients that have been getting tattooed from me for like 11 years. Like,
Wow.
it's crazy to me because I feel like one thing that manager taught me to was to keep my blinders on. He always used to tell me, like, you know, just put your blinders on. You know, when the horses race, they have their little blinders so that they're focused just on like running. So he would tell me that. He'd be like, keep your blinders on and just focus on this. Like, this is what you want, focus on it. So that's all I do. Like, that's all I did was just focus on being a good artist, being a good person, and just, you know, making my clients happy. And I've been blessed. I've been blessed because I was disciplined.
Yeah. All right. So we're at where were we at?
Apprenticeship, blinders, focused.
So it was it's hard work pretty much.
Yes, yeah. A legit apprenticeship at a like established shop is gonna be really, really hard.
Okay, let me ask this now. Okay, you work for yourself, but let's just say you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, let's just say just random, they close the shop where you were working at.
Mm-hmm.
For whoever you're working at. What do they ask of you, or what proof you need to show if you go apply for another shop?
So, I don't know how it is now because I've been on my own for so long. But back then, like, you would just take a portfolio. Like, you would just
of your tattoos?
of your tattoo work. Yeah,
like
you
when
would
you're
just
done?
you would just take your portfolio, show them, and then, you know, if you're already considered an artist, they'll be like, they want to see your work. They want to make sure you had like an established clientele already, because they're not going to hire you if you don't have clientele, because you're not going to bring no business. They don't need an extra, you know, they don't need an extra, you know, someone just taking space.
And how does that work? Do you have people working at your shop?
I rent it out to one of my friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
she's also a tattoo artist, so I rent out the space to her on the days that I'm off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have like a set schedule. So when I first started tattooing, like, I would have certain days that I worked, but I would work like crazy hours. Like, I would go in at 12 and then leave at 3 in the morning, or like it was just different every day. It would just depend what I'm doing. But now, like, I'm really strict on my schedule because, I mean, one, I'm a mom now, and then two, it's like it's a business. I just have one son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah,
oh, okay,
he's
okay.
3. Yeah.
So baby still pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to
okay.
JJ.
I got mine's 13.
Yeah.
13 years old. Yeah. So
They grow fast, man.
too fast.
But they
change
change your life, man.
Yeah.
Like, my son changed my life. Like, my work ethic and me, I'm just a whole nother person because of him.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. It does change. Yeah, like you said, it does change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for the good, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you allow it to.
Were you getting in trouble?
If you allow it to. When I was like,
how you could say you're
I want to. Okay.
To you, were you?
Okay,
you
so I would say as a child, I was a great kid. Like, I'm not even like, I was a good kid. Like, my mom raised me right. I had a good family. Like, and I was a good kid. I you know, like I said, my mom was like a single mom because my dad was always on vacation. So I was a very helpful kid.
Okay.
And like,
are you a only child?
I'm the middle child. I'm the middle child. Yeah, I'm the middle. Yeah. So I have a younger brother.
Yes.
So like when my younger brother was born, I was like his second mom. Because so like my dad, I remember like my brother was born, and then like 3 days later, like my dad got busted and he had to like go on vacation. And so like my mom was like with the newborn and us too, and working full time and all that, and the family helped a lot and I helped a lot. I was 9 years old when he was born, and so I was like a mom. I was like his second mom. And it's she did a lot. So I was a good kid. So I was a good kid. I worked all the time. Like my mom, even though like my parents were Chicanos, they were still old school in certain ways. So like example, like my mom and I would be the ones cleaning the whole house every Sunday, or making food, or like we were the ones that took care of the household stuff no matter what.
But that's good because
she prepared me.
It teaches you for the future in whatever ways, in whatever ways it'll keep you to survive pretty much. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. At that time, I was happy. Like I was like, okay, cool, because it made me feel good, like to do my part, So I was a good kid. I was just a little shithead when I was like a preteen. When I was like 12 to 13, I was kind of a little shit. I started to become rebellious. Yeah. Yeah.
So have you ever gone on vacation?
Have I got what?
Have you ever gone on vacation?
On vacation? Oh no. Yeah, no, I never been incarcerated. Vacations, no, vacation? yeah, not that vacation. No, I haven't. Yeah.
So, what vacation? Where?
I've been close to being in trouble, but but no, no. But thing, thankful, right? Like God was with me and I didn't get arrested. So that's good. That's good.
So you're good. You're good. Pretty much. You. Yeah. You try your best.
Yeah, I did my best. Like even though I've had my moments like where I was, rebellious or just difficult or whatever, like I still tried my best.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I was like,
that,
I was like, yeah. I think when I got to high school is when I started, getting back on track of being good and not being so rebellious. Yeah. I started playing sports and my brother played sports, and like me and my mom started getting more cool. Like we'd had our little beefs and stuff because we were so similar that we would bump heads sometimes. Yeah. But my mom was like an amazing mother.
Cool.
Amazing mother. So like when I got older in my 20s, we were like best friends.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool to have. I was like that with my dad too. Well, I pretty much, So I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, when you started tattooing, you started off pretty much paper, right?
Well, I started drawing. He would have me draw pictures and also do lettering. Yeah. So that was like major.
And at what point did you branch out?
Did I leave the shop?
Or how long have you been on your own?
So I've been on my own for 5 years now.
Oh, that's good.
My apprenticeship, I want to say, was like 2 years, and then I stayed there for like 3 years after like 3 years. So I was at that shop for 5 years. Yeah, okay. I was there for 5 years.
So pretty much 10, like professionally.
Oh yeah, 10 years, but been doing it for 11.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Respect. And I've seen your work. Well, not personally, but
like on Instagram. Yeah.
Like I said.
Oh well, you seen it on Tony.
I don't know which one you did.
All of them.
You did pretty much
all of them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
his whole head.
I don't. Even when my friends get a brand new one.
Yeah.
I don't stop and stare because it's like, tattoos here.
Because they're everywhere now. Because they're everywhere.
I don't like.
It's not like before. Yeah.
I don't get them like, oh, you got a tattoo? Like, they're just like, whoa, you have more tattoos than you did.
You're like, yesterday. You added, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's, let me ask this to kind of like change topic real quick. What was, like, how is it working with people? Like, what was, like, let's just say the worst tattoo somebody's asked you to get?
Okay, so honestly, I feel like the worst tattoos that somebody asked me to do is when they want somebody's name.
Oh, okay.
That they're like just dating, like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, okay, like I don't know what it is now, but back then when you would get a name, it would be like your wife. Like my dad had like my mom's name on his chest, and she had his name, and like you do that shit for people you love, but like they were married, And I feel like now some people just go off on a whim, like, oh my god, I'm in love, like they're in that puppy dog stage, and they want to get the name tattooed.
And do they go as a couple or do they go as a?
I had one client. She was a walk-in, and I was like, this girl is crazy. She came in and she was like, oh, I want to get my man's name. And she came in with, I thought it was her daughter. And the way she was talking, I was under the assumption that it was her husband's name and she wanted to surprise him for his birthday. She was like, yeah, I want to get my man's name and it's his birthday, I want to surprise him. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I wrote it up and she's like, oh yeah, but can we do it bigger? And I was like, okay. She got the name blasted like on her ribs. So when I was doing it, I was like, oh, like your husband's gonna be like tripping out, like you're gonna come home with his name blasted on you. And she was like, oh no, he's not my husband.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I just thought, like, you know, it was your husband, like, because you have you and your daughter here. And I just thought, she's like, oh, no, that's not my daughter. That's my niece.
Oh, damn.
And then I was like, oh, so, like, he's your boyfriend? And she's like, yeah, it's my boyfriend. Like, I'm surprising him for his birthday. We've been together for, like, 3 months. Or it was, like, damn. She was, like, with him for, like, under a year. And I was like, and oh, my God. She got
pretty much blasted.
She got it huge. Like, I could do a stencil where it's, like, 6 inches, right? But as soon as you put it on the ribs, it expands. Like it's huge. Like, so it was huge. And I was like, wow, this guy is going to see this and he's going to run. Like, he's going to run.
It's going to scare him?
It's going to scare him. Like, that's crazy.
3 months into it?
Yeah, 6 months. I don't remember, but I was like, this is crazy. Like, I felt bad for doing it because I was like, if I would have knew this, I would have probably said, like, why don't you get, like, a symbol or something?
Have you ever rejected somebody? Like,
yeah.
Like
yeah.
I don't, cause, not maybe because of them, but it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So, like, one of my cousins, like, he wanted some neighborhood tattoos on him. And at the time, like, my grandmother was still alive. And I don't know, I'm old school. I'm just, like, just me. I was like, nah, dude, like, I can't put neighborhood stuff on you. Like, grandma will kill me. Like, I'd rather... have an artist. I'd rather recommend an artist to do it if you're still gonna get it. But I just didn't, like, even though I knew he was gonna get it anyways, I just didn't feel right. Well, my grandma, you know, out of respect for her.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really say no to stuff unless I think it's like too much, a little bit, or it's that situation where it's like your family member, they want something crazy and you're like, oh, I don't want my tia to get mad, or like.
Now, what's the worst tattoo you aparte de the names? Have you had one where it's like
the worst?
I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like,
like they don't even know why they're doing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had one client where it's still names again. He had like 3 exes' names on him. Oh man! And he would get like. He would be like in love with the chick, and then he would get her name, and then he would like void the old other ones. Like we would put like a void stamp on it or like a red slash, and he would get the new one's name. Yeah. Like I was like, dude, you like this? Like, and then I remember I asked him, like, I was like, hey, can I ask you, when his girl was like away, I was like, why do you do that? This is like the 3rd time like you're getting another girl's name. He's like, and you did? Did you do the 3 of them? No, I did one of them, but like one of our other artists had already did a few of them. And it was like honestly, it was a stupid answer, but he said YOLO. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, that stupid phrase. You only live once. I was like, yeah, you only live once, but these fucking tattoos last forever. Like, and these relationships aren't. Yeah. No, okay. But people get all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's some style of art that I wouldn't get tattooed on me, but I mean, to each their own. Now,
since you consider yourself like a Chicano artist, Chicano type art. Mm-hmm. What do you can also stray away from that, right? Like if somebody says, I want Batman.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I've done stuff like that. Yeah, like
that has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I do it. Okay. Like my younger brother and my older brother, they love like Japanese art.
Oh, like anime?
Yeah. Well, my younger brother likes anime, and then like my older brother loves like Japanese history, like samurais and all that stuff. Yeah. So I've done stuff like that. I've done Japanese style tattoos. Have you done tattoos for them? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've tattooed both of them. They've only been tattooed by me.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Do they have a lot or?
My younger brother is like catching up like crazy right now.
So they didn't get into the tattoos? They didn't get to.
No, my younger brother draws too, but he never got into tattooing. At one point when I was tattooing, he wanted to do an apprenticeship, but he couldn't. He wasn't with it, like when it came to like the cleaning. He was like, no, I don't want to do this shit, because I used to have him set up and break down my stations all the time. Like if I tattooed at my house, I'd be like, all right, you want to learn this? Like I'm gonna show you three times, and you better get it, and then you better do it every time I'm here at the house tattooing. And he did it for a while, and then he was like, nah, I don't want to do this shit, like I'm over it. I was like, okay, like you're gonna do that every day when you become an artist, so you might as well get familiar with it now.
Yeah. Oh. Have you ever tattooed yourself?
Yes. Yeah, I actually tattooed my hand.
Is that recently or?
This was about.
What does it say?
Love always mom.
Oh, okay.
So when I was in high school, she wrote a letter to me, and I love this what she did. So she wrote a letter to me, and she hid it in all of my artwork, and I didn't find it until after she died.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I tattooed her lettering on me like 2 years ago.
So that's her.
That's her handwriting.
Her style?
Yeah. This is her handwriting. This is her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was in the letter.
Yeah, this was in the letter. Yeah. So she wrote the letter, and then she wrote "Love Always Mom." So I just made a copy of it, and I put the stencil on me, and I just tattooed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I didn't. Cool. After she passed, I didn't get tattooed. Like I didn't get tattooed for a long time. I didn't get tattooed for like 5 years.
Do you trust anybody just tattooing you?
No.
You being a tattoo artist?
No. Okay, so everybody that's tattooed me, they all worked at the shop that I was at. I only let them tattoo me. I mean, there's dope ass artists out there, you know, and there are a few that I would want to get tattooed by, but it's just I got most of these tattoos when I was an apprentice, so that's kind of just how it played out. And then I recently just started getting tattooed again, and there's still people that I used to work with or that were like friends with the shop.
Oh, okay. And
I just love their style. Is it hard
tattooing yourself or no?
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you get a mirror or do you just, like if you don't mind me asking, where did you tattoo yourself?
Just my hand.
Oh, just
my hand. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people when they tattoo themselves, they'll do their thigh just because it's like the easiest to like get to, and like you can use both of your hands, like stretch it out and tattoo. When I tattoo my hand, it's like a little tricky because you only have.
Are you a right?
I'm a lefty. I'm a southpaw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a southpaw. Yeah.
Okay, now switching subject real quick. Now that we got into the southpaw thing, okay, this is a question I wanted to ask. So I was looking through your Instagram, just like because it helps me ask questions.
Yeah, to understand. Yeah, know what to ask.
And I saw a picture of you in a truck.
In a truck.
Modeling.
Oh.
So you know what? I saw you.
Oh, the lowrider.
Yeah. In Jerome Park.
Oh yeah.
I saw you. Like I was like, oh wow. I don't know what I was doing, but I think I walked because I have a tendency to go run.
Oh, you were jogging that day or what?
I jogged or just went for because I used to live over there.
Oh, okay.
So I went, or I don't know what I was doing, but I was just walking. I don't know what I was doing that day, or who I was with. I don't even remember who I was with, and I was just like, oh, somebody's taking a picture, and I just walked by there. And there was a truck, and I was like, "Oh wow, I saw that."
Yeah, you're like, "Wait a minute, I was there that day."
Yeah, I saw that day, and I was like, "That's cool."
Yeah, that was for my 30th birthday shoot.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I did that for my birthday for myself.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's
cool. So my homie's a photographer. So shout out to Adan, Lowrider Social, follows Instagram, and that was my homie Sergio's trucks. Shout out to Sergio from Click OC. Yeah.
Oh.
They're all my friends, so I
remember that day. Stuff like that, it's like you don't see every day, so it's like.
Yeah, I know it was like a Friday. It was like random, like timing. I mean, we planned it, but it was like, what are you guys doing? Like.
Oh, okay. Well,
people
so was that day your birthday?
No, my birthday was, I think it was like the day before or like the day after. I can't remember.
Because it was around summertime too.
Yeah, and my birthday's in August.
Oh, in August what?
Yeah. Lucky 13.
Oh, okay. I'm August 3rd.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
so we're coming same day.
You're a Leo.
Yeah, I'm a lion.
I'm a Leo.
Much. Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I tripped out. So
when you saw the picture.
Yeah, I was like, oh, just small world,
Yeah.
So it gave me more like I'm gonna hit her up because I do get. I mean, I do hit up people. Sometimes it's just like random people, like not even super famous, and I get a lot of no's too, So it's like sometimes I get like, especially like a girl, like I get intimidated, like hopefully they don't think I'm a perv or something.
Yeah, because I know what you mean. Like just the internet and the way it is now and how people are, it can be like, who the heck is this guy in my DMs or whatever.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think it's all about how you talk, like your demeanor and stuff.
Yeah. Because you never know.
You never know. Yeah.
I think with girls I get more rejected because they're probably like, who's this guy?
Yeah, they don't know.
It's a hard game to get people coming in because, like I said, I'm not like to say I'm famous or known, But I have had some good people come in, and I'm happy to, and I'm happy that you came in. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no
trust
problem.
Me, I really do appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here. Anything local, I support.
Cheers. Yeah,
cheers.
No, for reals. I'm happy you came by. Because doing this is like like a little high to me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like a little high. So when I don't do it, I'm just like
you're like, what do I do?
I'm low, you know. Like,
yeah.
Man.
You enjoy this is what you like.
Yeah. So I'm thankful that you came by. I really appreciate it, you know, because it does take. It's how do you say? It's not nerve-wracking, but it's a little.
It's the steps that you got to take. Yeah.
To what if you have to take rejections? You have to.
Yep.
So it's like, you know.
And you have to get up and do it again. You have to fall a few times and keep getting up.
And I'm not scared of that, but like again, you know, I'm thankful that you did come and say yes. You know, I really appreciate it. And thank you once again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm happy you came by.
I'm happy to be here.
My you know, because I am married, you know, so my wife was like, oh, you're bringing a girl over, you know. I'm glad she doesn't trip, you know.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool in that aspect. She even was like, can I meet her? You know.
Yes, you told her to come hang out.
Here, but she was like,
she's not here yet?
She has more tattoos than I do.
Oh, really?
She went out with the kids, you know.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, tell her we'll make an appointment.
So yeah, so pretty much, you know. So, but still, I'm thankful you came. I appreciate it. I'm happy we got this going, you know, and respect and honor that you came by. You know, I can't. I don't know what else to say, but thank you.
No,
it makes me
problem.
happy. Trust me, it makes me happy. And then having another, like I said, another girl in here. Because it is intimidating. Like I said, what are they gonna say? No, and then it's like pretty much asking you out. You know, like, it's like they're gonna say no to me.
It's that first time you're doing it.
Yeah, and then it's like, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it. Now let me ask you this: you're still cool? We could go a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good. Cool? I'm good on time. Don't trip.
Okay, cool. It won't take too much long. But,
no, you're good.
But yeah, okay, because it's going good. Trust me.
We could talk. I told you I talk a lot.
and I want to say this: when you tattoo, do you have like a ritual, like something you preparation? Algo así,
music. Music.
What kind of music?
Oldies, funk, hip hop, R&B. So I love soul music, like all that. Like when I get in my studio, the first thing I do is I gotta turn on my TV. I gotta put on Spotify, pick like whatever.
You don't smoke weed or nothing like that?
I do smoke every now and then, but not
for inspiration.
Not anymore. Yeah, I mean I feel like I go through phases. Like sometimes I'll smoke and I'll be doing it for a couple months and then I stop for like a year. So it's kind of, you know, there was like last summer I was smoking every day, like before a session.
Oh, okay.
Before a tattoo session.
No? Or do you give crooked lines?
No. My lines are gonna be crispy no matter what.
Yeah, no,
I used to when I first started tattooing, I had to do tattoo parties, right? Because you know you can't go to the shop, right? So I would do tattoo parties in the neighborhood. And it was literally a party. Like, I would drink all the time when I would tattoo. I was always drinking. And I would smoke sometimes. But like, it's just how it was, you know? So, I'm going to make a good tattoo whether I drink or I don't. Or I smoke or I don't.
Maybe one day, like I said, I'm not a tattoo guy. I only got one tattoo and I say, this is not going to define me. Pretty much. I got a SANTAANA tattoo. So I'm like, this defines me no matter what, you know? SANTAANA.
You'll get another one.
So who knows? Maybe, but you know, I wouldn't mind stopping by and saying hi.
You can stop by the studio, check it out. I got
good
AC up in there.
Yeah, and kind
of music and.
You probably don't need recommendations, but somebody will probably be like, hey, I'm down to go.
Right.
Get a tattoo, you know. So I don't mind. More clientele, more money, right?
Right. Exactly.
So
keep me busy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So pretty much you work full time. 6 days a week, you said?
5 to 6. So, I alternate. Like 1 week I'll work just Saturday, and then the next week I'll work Saturday and Sunday. So those are when I work 6 days. When I work the whole weekend. But I'm gonna switch that up soon, hopefully. Yeah.
But that's good. I'm happy. You know that you have your own shop. That's cool because you don't work for nobody. And then you know, to anybody listening, to any girl, or guy, you know, like
yeah.
Anybody,
you could do what you want. Yeah.
What motivated you to get your own shop? How was that? Because I do construction and it's hard, you know. To be honest,
it's really hard because you're everything. Like when you have your own thing, you're the artist, you're the janitor, you're the secretary, you're everything. You're doing everything by yourself. But when I was at the shop that I used to work at, I had a lot of responsibilities there. So I learned a lot of how to manage those things. So it helped me out a lot when I was by myself, when I went by myself.
How did you figure out, let me say, this is a good you don't have to say how much or something like that, but how did you figure out how to charge? You know,
I think that's like the trickiest part, especially now, because because the prices are like so different now. Like, okay, back then I just went off of kind of what the other guys were charging, but also their experience was way ahead of mine, so I couldn't charge those tickets. But I would ask him like, hey, how much do you think I should charge for this, or what should I charge? And he would be like, you know what, you're just starting. When I first started, he was like, just do names for like $20. Do them for $20, $40. If you do a piece, charge them like $100. Honestly, for a while, all my stuff was like under $200. Like, it was under $150. Like, I would do big ass pieces for like $150.
And it'd take how many days?
No, it would take one day, but like it would be sessions. Like, I would be there all day just for like $150 because I needed to build my portfolio. Yeah. And then like when you start building your portfolio and your work gets better and your experience goes up, that's when your prices have to go up. So you have to push that. And I think with any business, it's kind of hard when you start, upping your prices, especially with your clients that have been with you for a long time. But everybody has to realize that you're not at the same level you were 5 years ago. So you can't expect to pay the same price. Yeah. Like, you have to give yourself a raise. Like, I think that's what a lot of people kind of struggle with sometimes. That's what I struggled with for a while.
It is hard. It is hard, especially when you learn on your own.
Yeah. Well, I was at the shop. I learned a lot of how to price things and everything. And then when I went and did my own thing, I stuck to that. But then also, I didn't realize what other people were charging outside of what I was doing. And now it's like insane, like how much people charge. Like, it's crazy, like the minimums that some people have. And like, you know what, like, to each their own. Like, everybody charges whatever they charge. But I was just like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
that's cool, because it's kind of the same, like okay, the theory, like, Mexican workers are cheap labor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, like, that's kind of like, in reality, I learned from cheap labor. You get it? But it's like cheap labor, but work super hard. So I'm trying to break away from that.
Yeah, you have to.
And it's like, because
you owe it to yourself.
Because like, you ask a white man, how much you charge me to paint this room? Give me $5,000. You ask a Mexican, how much you charge me to paint this room? Dame 100. You get it?
It's crazy.
And it's like, where's the middle? Like,
you have to have
100, and I'm not gonna charge
that much.
$1,000 neither. No. Let's meet at 500. Like.
No, I think a happy medium is is good for any business. Like, that's what I try to be fair with my clients. Like, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna work this amount of hours. I'm just gonna charge you this much. I do a flat rate. Some people charge per hour, and some people charge per session. Oh, okay. So any interesting characters you've tattooed for? Like famous, maybe? That you can say, like, oh wow, I'm tattooing for this person. Honestly, like, I've never really tattooed a famous person. I've been around some famous people, like when other people tattooed them at the shop. But I mean, like, it depends on what you think is famous now, because people are like Instagram famous and like TikTok famous and all that stuff. So, I mean, to me, people are people, but I mean,
yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Everybody's the same.
Yeah, to me, people are just people. Like, and what I love about my job is meeting different people and like hearing their story, like what they're getting. So,
what's the longest tattoo you've done?
Oh my gosh, I did a tattoo for like, I think it was like 13 hours
straight.
Yeah, it was a walk-in. It was when I worked at the shop, and this like little gangster came in and was like, I want to get my neighborhood blasted on my whole back. And it was like 3 PM, so we were already starting late. It was like midday, and I was like, damn. I was like, fuck it, let's do it, because nobody else wanted to do it because they knew it was gonna take forever, and it was like a walk-in, and it was late. But I was like, fuck it, this is the shit I gotta do to get to where I want.
Have you ever gotten people that don't pay you?
Yeah, I had one guy. I had not too many, but the first time it happened to me, and it's happened to other people at the shop too. Like, this guy came in, he was like, I want this tattoo. He had already like hit me up on social media, and I was like, yeah, we could do it this much, whatever. So I started the tattoo, and we worked late, and I think I was like the last person there, maybe one other person at the shop, and it was time to wrap it up and he was gonna pay me, and he was like, he's like, I only have this much cash on me, like, can I give you this cash and I'll put the rest on my card? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And he's like, okay. So then he gives me the cash and he charges his card and it got declined. And I was like, hey, like, your shit's not going through, like, you got more cash on you, or like you gotta go to the ATM, like, I'll drive you to the ATM. He's like, oh no, it's cool, I'll go and I'll come back. And I was like, I can't just let you leave and like not pay. So either I go with you or you leave something, you know, that's like your phone or your ID or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'll do this. He left and he never came back.
Oh damn.
But I mean, it's kind of stupid because that shit wasn't even finished anyways. Oh. So he had an unfinished tattoo, and like I was never gonna tattoo that guy.
He probably still has it unfinished.
Yeah. But I mean, there's been situations where we're like, you know, one of the other artists, he did a fucking tattoo, finished it, and the guy acted like he was gonna go to the ATM, and he never came back. And it was a complete tattoo. Do
you guys? I mean, acá, do you get scared? Like, cause you tattoo nothing but guys, right?
At the time,
not nothing but guys, but you know.
But the majority at that time was men. Honestly, I wasn't.
At your own shop,
like now.
Men in there.
Now, I don't.
You don't have a gun.
No, but I won't. Like you're the second person that told me that to get a gun, and I will, but. I honestly, I don't know.
I mean, you don't need one, but I'm just saying.
But it's good. It's good to have one, though. It is good to have one. But I mean, throughout the years, I haven't been scared, because when I got my own studio, the majority of my clientele had already been with me for so long, so I was already comfortable with those clients. I wasn't really taking on like new people that I didn't really know. Like almost all my clients are referred by my existing clients. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Yeah. So I didn't feel like they're strangers or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I had one of my homies give me pepper spray, and one of my other homies like, you need to get a gun. And I'm just like, I got the pepper spray. It's still in the package. Like,
but you feel good then, you know?
No, yeah, I feel safe.
It's like live by the gun, die by the gun.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have a gun, there might be something come up when you need to use it, and it's like if you don't have one, that opportunity will never come. You know, I see that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Tough Jim taught me how to fight, so
that's good.
He taught me how to box, so I got these hands.
Shout out to Tough Jim. I saw that. I saw that you posted him up. You know.
Yeah, it was his birthday the other day, and I posted a video of us.
You don't do boxing anymore?
No, he was. He trained me for a while, and then when he moved, I didn't box anymore. I was like, it was hard. It's hard to find a trainer that you like vibe with, you know. I tried one trainer like a year later, but that didn't even last long. Like
same spot or different spot?
A different spot.
Oh, okay.
I do want to get back into it. It's a beautiful sport. It's a great workout.
Yeah. I did it too for a little bit, and then COVID hit, and
everything shut down. Yeah, I love boxing. Like, and me, I'm an aggressive person, so that's like perfect for me. Yeah. Like to just let all that aggression out.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Yeah. Maybe next time I have a fight, I'll hit you up. You know.
Yeah.
I love boxing. I pretty much, like I said, every weekend there's a fight. You know, like, and
just like in the streets, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. So I watch random fights, and it's like that guy's good, and
that guy sucks.
But nobody knows.
I don't like it when they dance around in the. You know, I don't when they dance around.
I've learned to like it.
I can't. I don't know. Like I want to see like action, but I get it. Like I get it because it is technique. Yeah, no, it is definitely is technique. No, yeah, you gotta respect it. I just don't enjoy watching it. You know, like violence. I remember like exactly. Like, I remember a lot of people were like, you know, Mayweather, they're like, oh, he just dances around. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's still technique. Like, you know, it's not my style. Talent, it's not a style that I like, but that took years and years of, you know, determination and skill and whatever to be able to dance around like that. Yeah.
No, I used to be a Mayweather fan, but then I realized, like, that guy's good. No matter what, that guy's good. Yeah. He beat Canelo, you know, like I only put Canelo up there, you know, like I'm a boxing fan, and it's like Canelo's.
I like how he fights. I like how Canelo fights.
Yeah, so it's like he beat Canelo, fights. You know, so it's like.
I like who I like too is Pacquiao.
Oh, Pacquiao! Oh,
that guy is dope as fuck.
Machine.
He is. The way he trains, like, it's insane.
And then that guy.
He's got a lot of heart. Yeah, that guy has heart.
That guy doesn't give up. That guy beat a lot of Mexicans, you know, so it's like.
I used to love watching him fight.
Yeah. Anything else you do? What else you do as a hobby or like a side Like to get your mind
to get out. I go to the gym.
For what you regularly do. So
I go to the gym. Yeah, I work out. Yeah, I go to the gym. That's like my therapy. Yeah. Yeah. If I'm having like a stressful day or like a crazy week, I need to go to the gym. Yeah. If not, I'm gonna like sock somebody in the face. So.
We don't want that, right?
We don't want that.
Because then, what if you hurt your hand? You can't be tattooing.
Then I can't work anymore. I know. You know what? Like that's the crazy. There's been times.
You use your left or your right?
Yeah, I'm a lefty. Oh, sure. Well, I mean, I mean, when I fight, I could use both hands, but like I'm a southpaw, so. I mean, there's times where I've gotten into fights and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, you don't need to be doing that. Like,
you go out still? Or you go party or
not really lately. When in my 20s, I partied a lot. Yeah. Like a lot. Like that was like I was party mode. When I hit like 28, I started like chilling out, and then I had my kid. And
you're like what, 30 right now?
I'm 30. I'm gonna be 32.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was going out a little bit like last year, but I enjoy going out to dance and stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes in certain scenes, there's always going to be drama with people who drink. So I don't like putting myself in that position.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, we're getting more mature, I guess. Yeah. In other words,
we're getting older and tired.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, pretty much. I'm still trying to learn how to control myself. You know.
That's the thing is like when I feel like. I'm like I said, I'm an aggressive person, and like when I get mad, I get really mad. And if I'm drinking and somebody like disrespects or something, like then I'm just gonna pop, and I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah. Any okay, back to the just another back to that. Who's on your playlist right now? Like let's just say you're gonna, or you just Spotify? Put random stuff.
It depends on my vibe. So like. I mean, I love oldies. Like, I grew up on that. Like, my mom listened to, like, a lot of oldies, and she listened to, like, funk. And then my dad listened to, like... He listened to rock, classic rock, and he also listened to, like, 90s hip-hop. Okay. So, those are, like, the two... Or the three, whatever, genres.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it depends on what I'm doing. Like, if I work out, I want to listen to gangster rap.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If I'm tattooing and, like, it's the homie and I'm doing a cool piece, I want to listen to oldies. You know, if I'm out partying, I want to dance to funk.
Whatever the environment
depends, yeah. But
same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
But I love like Brenton Wood, you know, Etta James, like that stuff when I'm just home chilling.
Oh, okay. And you live pretty much in SANTAANA your whole life?
Yeah. Like that's growing up, like so I grew up on the West End, and I literally like lived on that side for like forever. Yeah. Like when we used to live with my grandparents, and then like when we bought a house, we had an apartment, it was literally like half a mile away from them, and then when we bought a house, it was like only a mile away from there. So I always stayed within like a 3-mile radius. Like for most of my life.
And right now you live by yourself pretty much?
Yeah, I live by myself.
With your kid?
With my son, yeah.
That's cool. You got your own spot. Yeah. You got your own shop. Anything else you could ask for? Or how do you feel about that?
A good man.
Oh. It'll come.
Yeah, I know. That's all I need. I want to be wifey. I want to have a house. Like, I want all that for me and my son. Yeah. So that's like the next... I want a house. Yeah. That's my next thing. I want a house.
That's good. That's good. Well, plan it out and you'll get it. You know, you'll get it.
That's what I'm working towards right now.
Plan it out, and it'll happen.
Yep. It'll happen. I know. I just gotta stay focused. I gotta keep my blinders on and just.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Work.
Because that's what it is. Like I was chilling. We went for lunch with my cousin because my cousin works for me. Pretty much, we work together. And then this guy came and he started saying, spend all your money. Don't save your money. Just spend it. And I'm like, I was looking at him. Like, that's pretty bad advice, you know. Like.
Yeah, that's.
Like as Mexicans, you know, like I study and I observe, you know, and it's like right now the Mexican community. It's sad to say, but as a whole, we're pretty much in the bottom of the food chain, like compared to the Asians. You know, I think so. Like the Asians are investing, moving up in that aspect, you know, politically wise, they're
with their financial.
Yeah, the white people, even black people, and it's like why aren't we like that? There is people like that, but I'm saying as a whole, like the majority, like we need to. That's the type of attitude we have. We don't worry about certain things, you know, and it's like we gotta start teaching our youth. I'm not a materialistic guy, but it's like we gotta still teach our youth to
to save money.
Go to school. Go to that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I think so.
I think you do.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I want my son to, like, go to school, go to college, finish college, you know, own property, run a business, or whatever it is.
And you can do
whatever
that too,
he wants to do.
You do own, you own your own business, and that's cool. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to, like promote. You know, it's like we can do that too. We have the possibilities to do it if you want to do it. You know, because I have friends, I have cousins, I have family, I have people I know that are just struggling every day.
Oh yeah, they live like people live paycheck to paycheck.
They don't want to, or don't even have a paycheck. You know, it's like they're comfortable, too comfortable.
Yeah,
living at their mom's house. It's like,
yes,
we need to cut that out. You know? We need to cut that out, and we need to.
I think it's
elevate a little. I don't have an issue with that, but
but it depends on the situation because there's some people that live with their parents because they're helping out their parents. Your parents get older, you want to take care of them, and that's cool. Yeah. But then you have people who live at their mama and daddy's house because they want to drive a brand new car. Yes. Like they rather pay like a $700 car note and $300 insurance to drive like this fucking brand new car and go home to their mama's house. Yeah. Like that's not me. Like the car I've had it since I was 19. Yeah. Like I drive the same car, I take care of it, and it gets me and it takes me to my house, like to my place, you know.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, we have to still kind of save a little to move up, you know.
Oh yeah.
Instead of spending
no, you gotta
things
save.
We don't need, you know.
Because you don't even know like what's gonna happen. Like things pop up, you have, you know, emergencies that happen or whatever. You want to have that safety net. You know, that's one thing that it took me a while to learn was how to save and how to be smart about my money, because my parents lived paycheck to paycheck and my dad spent a lot of money. Like there was a point where my dad made good money, but he would blow it. Like he loves cars, like he loves stuff like that. So it's like every time he would get like a new car, I was like, can we keep one of these?
Did your dad have like a lowrider or something like that?
So my dad always had a bunch of cars. Like growing up, he didn't have like a lowrider when I was a kid, but he had them when he was younger.
Oh, okay.
Like my dad was like 13, 14 years old driving a freaking Impala. Oh. Like a 65 Impala. Like a 13, 14-year-old driving around with his own car, like no license. Like my dad was a hustler. Like my dad was a hustler. Like he's a businessman. Like, you know. And that's where I get my hustle from.
Yeah, like, and that's good. Like I said, that's good. I like that you picked up, like you learned the hard way, but you picked up pretty much from the streets what you learned, and now you're at your position where it's kind of like away from the streets.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
but it's still kind of.
But I still embrace that part of me.
It's still it's still you, but at the same time, it's like, well, I made something out of that, you know. So like I said, I'm happy to hear that.
And I think that's what like the youth in our community needs to understand, that even if you grow up in like a difficult neighborhood and things are going to be hard for you, like at the end of the day, what you want, what goal you set for yourself, you can get it. You just have to keep doing it, you have to keep going for it, and you have to just overcome all those obstacles. Like one thing that like my mom, that I loved about my mom, is that she didn't shelter me from like the shitty parts of where we lived or like the shitty situations. Like she allowed me and my brothers to see what it really was, but she still kept us close to her to where we wouldn't go astray and fall into those things. And so it's like, this is what life is, but this is what you can make it. You know?
Yeah, that's good. That's good that you picked that up, you know?
Yeah. Because she did that. Yeah, because she did that, you know? She grew up in a tough neighborhood before I did. Like, and she was a preschool teacher.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. And I respect that, you know? I'm happy that like I said, you look above that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you learn and you look above that, you know. That's what I think matters, you know, at the end of the day,
your perspective,
because there's a lot of people that don't, and they can't get out of their same circle even now, you know. And it's like
they keep going
in the same circle.
What I learned was when you're in like situations like that, like you're going in a circle or like this shitty environment, you're either gonna get bitter, you're either gonna be bitter, or you're gonna get better. You can, you know,
that's good.
It's either or. Like there's people who do the same shit and go in the same circles because they're bitter about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in this shitty situation, and this is this and this is that. And it's like, yeah, but what are you gonna do to change that?
Yeah.
Because
You're
it's not what's happening. It's not just what's happening to you. It's how you're gonna react to that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm happy you came. You know, this was a good conversation. I'm happy you came. I had fun.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people, what is, if you can say something inspiring or from your own heart, from your own words, to anybody that's listening, you know, that one person that does listen to you, that's gonna listen to this, maybe they could pick up something from you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if there's anything you want to say, like motivational, you know.
Yeah. I want to say, no matter what your past is, your future is what you make it. So you got to take all the good stuff and make it better. Like, don't be a victim of like bad things in your life. You want to be victorious with those things that happen, because you're going to learn from them, and that's how you're going to grow.
Good. I like that a lot. You're inspiring to me, you know, to be honest. Like I know I just met you, but your story is inspiring, and I hope it inspires somebody else, because it is, you know, you came up from a lot, you know.
Yeah.
To seeing your dad go to jail, you know.
I saw a lot of stuff like
that's hardcore.
With a lot of people that, you know, in our community see, you know.
Yeah,
I've seen like my dads, my uncles, my cousins be incarcerated. I had family members that were murdered on the street that I grew up on, like, and I seen like the women in my family struggle, you know, trying to keep it together for the kids and all that. And, you know, it's hard, but that's life for a lot of people. Yeah. And I just hope that, you know, the kids out there, they don't think that they're alone and they're the only ones going through that, because it's been happening. Yeah. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you can make it, and you want to do it for all those people that, you know, that you love. Yeah. Like, they live through you. Like, everything that I do now is for my mom, for my uncle that passed, for my mom that passed, for my dad that's still here. Like, they're the reason I am who I am today, because they're a part of me.
And that's good. That's good. Like I said, that's good that you rise above all that, and I'm happy. I'm happy for you, and I hope you keep moving in the direction you want to move, and you accomplish what you want to accomplish. You know. Mm-hmm. And I hope whoever listens to this learns from this too. I'm las different voices, you know, and this is a different voice. I'm glad. Are you young ladies or men?
Especially you young ladies, though. Yeah, just do what you gotta do and stay focused and don't get distracted, and you know, you gotta persevere. You can't let things hold you back. Yeah.
Well, thank you once again for coming by. You know, it was I'm pretty sure we could go in longer.
I could talk for like 5 more hours.
Yeah, but maybe hopefully in the near future, you know, because I do plan to say it easier and recycle, you know.
Yeah.
Recycle everybody.
Yeah.
To come back eventually.
Round 2.
Yeah. So hopefully we could get that coming up in the near future.
Yeah, definitely.
And chop it up and maybe talk about different stuff, you know, just have fun with it. Instead of tell your story, but still in a different way, you know. Mm-hmm. Maybe your political views, and you know, more freely.
Yeah, we could talk about other things.
So next time, you know, I usually tell everybody that comes. Maybe next time we recycle it, we just have a different topic, you know. So I appreciate you, Doug. I appreciate you coming by. I'm real happy. It was fun, you know. So anywhere they can follow you, you know.
Yeah, so you guys can follow me on Instagram. My IG is Krystal 769. It's KRYSTALR 769. You can see all my work there. My email address is on there. If you guys want to email me to book an appointment, check out some cool tattoos, get some good work done.
And I'll post it up too. I'll post it up on my link, so check it out. Stay tuned. Dope art, you know. I've seen a lot of art, and not every art, and I could say it's good, you know. So
thank you.
So thank you once again for coming by, and hopefully we could do this again. You know?
Definitely. So, well, I'll be back.
It was fun. Peace.